wrong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Amazing! Amazing! uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Welcome to the show. If my bad, I'm running here late, folks. Everything's fine. The engineers got it all together. The workers are fine. No problem with the instrument. It was just me coming in late. I'm black. You black. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53. 888-77-Jesse. Jesse. Jesse. Brand new biblical question. And if you missed yesterday's fellowship, I highly recommend that you podcast at rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. It is amazing. My brand new biblical question. And it's another doozy. And again, it's to encourage you to think and know for yourself. Not because I said it, or your mama said it, or your daddy said it. Some expert with phony degrees said it, PhDs, MSDs, psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. You don't want to believe it because someone said it. You want to know it for yourself. If that person know it, why can't you know it for yourself? You know what I mean? You are an individual. Well, you're supposed to be. Most people have a group thinking mentality, so they're a groupie. But there are one or two people pull away from the crowd and become an individual again. But it's an amazing question. What do you value? Oh, no, that's not it. What connects you with the physical world? What connects you with the physical world? Be in the world but not of it. What connects you with the physical world? It's such an amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're busy doing whatever it is you're doing, no matter where you are, anywhere in the world, and for the flat earther up and down the world, for the round earthers around the world, you can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on at 641-793-1500. You can be listening while you're exercising, laying up at the beach, or committing a crime, or being a crime being committed on you, or whatever. Or someone trying to hurt you, you're in misery. You still could be listening to the show. Isn't that amazing? And that's the TalkStream listen line at 641-793-1500. And we have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com. buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Or Bond JLP on Cash App. Bond JLP on Cash App. Happy Easter. Happy belated Easter. I want to ask Hake and my producer a question about Easter. If they can come into the studio. I just realized they are two of the experts here on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. And I just realized I wanted to ask them a question about Easter. And they didn't know that I was going to do it. It just occurred to me. Who is older, you or Hake?
Hake.
This is Sean, my producer, and one of the experts on JLP.com. And this is Hake of the Hake Report.com and the old producer of the JLP Talk and an expert. So Hake is older than you? Okay, I'll start with Hake. When growing up concerning Easter, what are some of the things that, as a kid all the way up to adulthood, that you remember about Easter that doesn't exist anymore, it seems?
Oh, man, that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it seems. Well, what are your fond memories about Easter?
Okay,
If you
that's
have
easier.
any.
Going to grandma's house?
For some reason, I don't hear you in my mic, in my headset. I hear you out there,
Yeah.
but it's not coming through my headset for some reason. But go ahead.
Going to grandma's house, getting the basket, or finding the basket, and going swimming. Because Easter's the first day that you go swimming.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Spring.
Yeah.
If you put that on, you be.
A nice spring swim.
Yep.
So Easter was the first day of swimming?
Yeah.
Well, for me down in Alabama, we swam in the creek. Every day was swimming day.
Even in the winter?
Well, we didn't swim in the winter, but during the summers.
Sounds awesome.
We just doing jump in the river.
Nice.
I mean, in the lake.
Yeah.
Whatever. In the creek. We swam in the creek.
Nice swimming hole.
Right. So repeat it again.
Getting the Easter baskets, finding them, because sometimes you have to find your Easter basket.
Mention it.
It would be hidden through my grandma's house,
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandma and grandpa's house.
Right.
And then seeing cousins I would see my brothers and sisters all the time, but seeing my cousins and playing and going swimming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what are your fond memories about growing up as a kid about Easter?
Well, it was.
Joel, because Joel Black, he may remember like I remember. Because white, y'all doing all that swimming, y'all first day of swimming. Who think about first day of swimming? Every day is swimming day. But go ahead. Joel, come.
in a pool too, not a creek.
I know, in a pool, not a creek.
I remember the first time when I first got here a year ago, and it was my first time here in the studio, like talking to you like this.
All right.
And you you leaned over and you go, "You was Poe?" And I was like, "What? Did I have a pool?" I had no idea what you were talking about.
You black.
But anyway, yeah, I would wake up and there would be a basket of candy, a lot of chocolate, like chocolate bunnies and eggs and stuff.
Right.
And it was also just beautiful because it was like, one of the first days of spring and it was, flowers and vegetation and stuff. And, it was just nice to be out of winter, I guess. And then we would hard boil.
It would be nice to be out of winter.
Yeah.
And you thought of that as a kid, that we're out of winter?
Well, I would just think of the fact that it was a nice, peaceful Sunday,
Right.
and you look outside and the flowers are starting to bloom. Everything's moist and wet because it's spring and
Wow.
it's raining. That's what I would think of. I was like, and then the basket of candy, and then we would hard boil a bunch of eggs, and we would paint them.
No.
Dye them or paint them?
Dye them. We would dye them, and then we would decorate the dyed eggs. So we would dye them in all different colors. Like
Right.
we'd have a bowl, and we'd let them soak in the bowl. And I remember it smelled like vinegar because I guess vinegar was part of the recipe to dye them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we would paint the dyed eggs, and I just knew deep down that my eggs were the coolest ones out of the bunch. Like they were the best designed eggs.
And so would you be thinking about the first day of swimming too?
No, we didn't have a pool, so I didn't go swimming like that. We had a creek. We did have a creek.
You would pool like us.
We was Poe.
Joel, you black. And Joel is the host of Joel Friday TV Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. What are your, as a kid to adulthood, what are your fond memories about Easter?
Well, kind of like Sean was saying, we would paint the eggs as well, they would be dyed, like he was saying, and then, but when they were already dyed when I woke up, So my brother and I and my sister, we would go and decorate the dyed eggs, and then we would never eat them.
Right.
We would just decorate them and then leave them as that and throw them away.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they never got eaten.
Why not?
Because we would go and do the Easter egg hunt and have like the candy and the money like in the plastic eggs, and they would be hidden out in the yard, and we would go find those, and that was our excitement. We didn't care nothing about no dyed eggs.
So when you
Hard-boiled
were-
eggs. Who likes that?
When you were a kid, they were putting money in plastic eggs.
They would put mostly candy, and then they'll put like one egg would have like a jackpot. of,
When you were
like,
a kid,
$5.
they were doing that?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Amazing.
We can wait for Easter, get some money. No, it was mainly it was mainly about the candy, because it was only like $5. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was mainly about finding the candy. Who can get the most candy?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Joel Fried the TV, he's also one of the experts here.
Oh, I remember another thing. Can I say?
Oh, yeah.
When we would
Gotcha.
wake up, and this is we were a little spoiled. When we would wake up, we would have presents. We would have like an Easter basket, and in the Easter basket it would have like a bunch of candies, but it would also have like little toys involved. So it was kind of like a second, like a low graded version of Christmas.
Nice.
What a shame. And Hassan is also the engineer, the expert here as well. What are your fond memories about Easter as a kid, up until adulthood?
Yeah, pretty similar to Joel. We would, I would wake up. We'd have the Easter basket and a lot of Peeps and chocolate. I used to like the chocolate Jesus.
Would you eat him?
Yeah, the chocolate Jesus.
And why?
Why would I eat it?
Why did you like the chocolate Jesus?
Oh, I don't know. I just would think it was funny, and then I thought there was a cool song, Chocolate Jesus.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so, and I used to, like going to church and getting like bright colors, wearing bright colors.
Oh, no wonder you had on that mess yesterday.
Yeah.
And what is your impression of Easter today as an adult?
Yeah, today, very different. And I loved yesterday's church because it was interesting to hear you ask everybody and to hear people's responses, and then how we've kind of strayed away from everything of the purpose of everything in a lot of ways. But yeah, just to kind of remember that, we know some of the reasons of Easter and Christ redeeming us and paying the cost and all this, but it's interesting to think about it with the whole, how I see it, defeating death so that we can live and all this stuff. So yeah, it's a nice day
Amazing.
of lamenting and reflecting.
How do you see Easter now, today, Joel, as an adult?
Well, there was a few traditions that we used to do when I was younger. Like we used to fast before. Well, we used to like give up one thing that we were really into for a certain time period. So like I don't remember what dates it was. What, February or something?
You used to fast
Yeah, we used to like fast
for Easter?
From Ash Wednesday?
right from like then to Easter, and then Easter would be the last day.
You would fast?
Yeah, we would
Fast from what?
Well, we would just give up. We would give up something.
What would you
So
give up?
like say like for example, I like donuts. I would give up like donuts until Easter.
So did you truly give them up, or
Yeah.
would you sneak around and eat them?
No, we really gave it up. We really like took it serious, the whole family.
Oh, okay.
But because of that, it just was like a little subtle reminder. But back then, it wasn't like I didn't really notice the value of it till growing up. But then I just see how it relates to, enduring the ego and, dying on the cross, so to speak.
Oh,
So I definitely see.
you saw him?
Yeah.
You went.
I'm on fire with the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely see the value in it now as an adult when it comes to that stuff. And
Nick is getting the phone out there, folks. Just be patient. Go ahead.
I've still held on to some of those things. So,
Oh, okay. And Sean, how do you see Easter today as an adult?
Honestly, I see it as a day where something's gonna go wrong. Like, I know that's crazy, but nowadays, if something doesn't happen on a major holiday, some
Right.
sort of tragedy or whatever,
yeah.
I'm surprised when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be surprised, like, wow, that's crazy that happened today. But now, if an Easter rolls around, you know that, you know, Christians are under attack. Like, if something doesn't happen, I'm surprised.
Amazing.
You know, if you go one day now where like something doesn't happen, I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
That's interesting.
So I don't have any concept of, you know, the death and rebirth and stuff. That's never been on my mind during Easter, and it still isn't, to be honest. But I think of it more in a physical way, like,
But not anything about the rebirth and all that.
not really.
Amazing. Your daddy know that? You think that way?
Hey, Paul.
I know. Hey, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Hey, how do you see it now, today, as an adult? Easter.
I still like it. I already kind of like Sundays, especially Sunday mornings, Sunday church, and the daytime and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I see it as a time to see family a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's just like a special Sunday on top of the Sunday already being nice.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I reflect on Easter as a kid growing up, it was one of the most enjoyable times of my life. It really was. Because my grandmother would tell us, we had a hen house. Y'all know what a hen house is.
I heard of it.
Y'all know what a hen house
That's
is?
at the Fox
You two of you?
Guards.
What?
That's at the Fox Guards.
Hen house is where you build and then you put the chickens in there and raise chickens. And the chickens, we made a nest in the hen house so the chicken can go in there and lay some eggs. And so my grandmother would tell me or one of my other cousins, go out there and get a basket of eggs. We're going to dye some eggs tonight for Easter tomorrow. And it was one of the night before Easter. It was amazing. And then that Sunday morning, we would go to church, and all the adults from different homes would bring baskets of eggs, right? And while we were in there having church, the adults would sneak outside and hide the eggs. And sometimes I'd be looking through the window to try to see where they are. But they wouldn't allow you to do that. And then, so after church, we were all scattered. The kids, all of us, were scattered across the church yard because our church was in woods, out in the environment.
Nice.
And they would have grass and trees and everything. And so we would have to go and find the eggs. And I remember I tried to find as many as possible because afterward you can eat all your eggs if you want or you can share. And those eggs used to be so good.
Hard-boiled?
Hard-boiled egg. Yeah, hard-boiled egg. And then to the point that I would, not just me, but other kids would take some to school that Monday morning and have for lunch or share with friends, and they were still good. And yes, we used to have the candy too, but the eggs were more important than the candy.
Nice.
Though the candy was good. But the eggs were delicious, but it was so much fun
Did
doing that.
Did Punchy share his eggs
Sometimes.
sometimes?
Yeah. Reluctantly, I would share some, but I'd be mad about sharing. Like, here, let me have some of my eggs.
Hurry up before I change my mind.
Right. But it was so much fun. And now what I see, for the most part, is eggs, not really eggs, they're plastic.
Yeah.
and when you open them up, they have candy in it.
Nice.
Where are the real eggs?
Yeah.
The
It's
real
like,
eggs are for dying and
it's
then
like-
looking at.
What?
The real eggs are for dyeing them and looking at them.
But not eating them?
Not me. Other people can eat them.
You don't like eggs?
I only like scrambled eggs, not runny. Well done.
No, I'm talking about boiled eggs.
No.
Oh, you ever had deviled eggs?
Yes.
Oof.
Oh, man.
So good.
Yes.
Anyway.
Eggs are too expensive under the Joe Biden administration.
Yeah.
Right.
You said that again. But I think that the market, the sales people out there have made the people think that they want plastic egg with candy and stuff and all that
Yeah.
rather than the real deal.
Well,
it's like
with-
they did with the animal. They make you think you love animal more than people for the money.
God forbid the kids are bored with regular eggs.
Right.
We need to give them the thrill of having candy. And
Yeah.
With candy, we need Obamacare because with candy we have childhood obesity,
Right.
diabetes, heart problems, all that stuff.
I mean, well, I don't think it was that deep. I think it was. It was I just think it was like, as long as the celebration stayed alive, and that's what it has. Like, from then.
But
to,
we would be in
even
the
then. But even then, in your time, you guys would go and hunt the eggs. That was the fun of it, was finding the eggs.
Right,
It
but-
wasn't so much coming down to the hard boil versus the candy. It was more the fun.
The hard-boiled egg was delicious.
Right,
Also
but-
better than the candy, to be honest, at that time. And they were not putting money in the candy and soothes up with money.
But it wasn't. But that's not what's happening
It take
now.
the fun away.
No, it's still fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet it was finding money as a kid.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
have
liked,
money?
I liked Chinese New Year for the money. We would
What?
get these red envelopes from our friends' mothers and it would have money in these red envelopes. But that's only Chinese New Year.
I know nothing about that.
Oh. Well, you didn't grow up in SGV.
They have taken the
Post
fun out of
65.
life and made everything about money.
Terrible.
Who
Yep.
want to go out and find plastic egg with candy in it?
That's fun though. That's fun for the kids.
If it's good candy, it's cool.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
That's because the kids don't know it better. I wanted to play you before we're going to break what Easter looked like now. This is from Fox. Back in 2019, the Easter Bunny found himself in some trouble. A fight started, and the bunny jumped in until an Orlando police officer broke it up. Watch this from Instagram.
Or,
We don't have time.
yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll play that and then your phone call when I come back.
Wait, I have a cool question. So the whole church service was outside?
No, the church service is inside,
Oh, okay.
and some of the adults was outside hiding their eggs.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Oh, we would sometimes have a sunrise service. For
Yeah,
Easter.
we did too.
That's right. We would go early.
Yeah, it would.
Nice.
And still until after midnight.
Whoa.
Back in a moment. Well, that's when it's the next day. It's Easter Sunday after 12:01.
Right.
I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. Okay, welcome back. 888-7753-773. There's a line open right now. Talking about before and after what Easter is like now compared to what it was in the good old days. Everything has changed, and not for the best, for the worse. And I wanted to show you all, before I let my experts go, I want to show you, we talked about what Easter was like back then and what it's like now. This is from Fox. Back in 2019, the Easter Bunny found himself in some trouble. A fight started, and the bunny jumped in until an Orlando police officer broke it up. This is what Easter looked like today. Watch this from Instagram. That's what Easter looked like now. And you say, Hassan?
Yeah, unbelievable. Definitely far away from chocolate Jesus.
What a mess. And Joel, you say?
That's the ghetto bunny. We didn't have that one.
Sean, you say?
It's just representative. It's so representative of the times in one video.
You were making a good point during the break that now at Easter time you expect stupid stuff to happen instead of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think that the entire industrial revolution, like everything, cars, electricity, I think it was all a net negative for humanity.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's obvious that it was all positive. People will say, "Oh, well, look at medicine. You know, look at the advances in medicine. People are living longer." Or they'll say, you know, look at genealogy, and now we can find serial killers from 40 years ago because of the DNA that we have and the technology. It's like, I don't, maybe, but I think it's a net negative for everybody.
And though people are living longer, they are on all kinds of medication, so their insides are all destroyed.
Yeah, and a lot of time the medication make it worse. It worse, you know?
And they're allowed to do more evil in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
They said, I heard a quote one time about a town, and it was the first time the town got phones, like the phone lines came into town, and some guy said, "Oh, great, now we can get bad news faster."
That's for sure. What a mess. And you say?
Was the Easter bunny black on the inside?
I was wondering the same thing. Did he move like a white guy or a black guy?
I couldn't tell.
Did he move like a black guy or a white guy?
He looked black influenced.
Well, with that, the other person that was fighting with the white person, was that a black person? I
was focused on the animal,
On the
the bunny.
Like these mascots that go wild.
Can you imagine out there looking for some eggs? You remember a bunny like that?
Maybe he's being like Jesus, though. Coming
Fighting.
with a sword.
Oh, he had his fist.
Yeah.
Amazing. So things have really changed and not for the best. I don't know one thing that has changed for the best. And then in ending this and then again to the phone call, one thing that has changed for the best, Hake.
Since the Industrial Revolution?
Yeah.
It's the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Nice.
Yeah.
One thing that has changed for the best.
I have a cool thing in my car where I can prop my phone up and see it, you know, like.
But you use that
easily.
cell phone to put in the car.
Right.
Oh, so that's not the best. So now, because people having accidents every day, they're looking at the phone. Whereas we didn't have those kind of phones, the accident wasn't happening for that reason.
Cancel those words, though. Sean is not people. Sean's not having accidents.
I'm trying to think of one good thing. I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know.
You can't think of one good thing?
Oh.
One good thing, Joel, Friday TV.
AI. No, I'm just playing. I have to think about it. I really have to think about that one.
One thing that has changed for the best, Hassan. And Nick is getting the calls out there. He'll be right with you, folks. Just hold on.
I mean, it's definitely created a lot of bad, but I would have to say the internet because.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I just would have to say it because even though I've lived down the street from here the whole time, I still wouldn't have found you without the internet. Yeah. So the internet is, it's a gift and a curse, but I think.
Internet probably the worst thing that has ever
but
happened.
Right.
Also the
Look
best.
at the kids, how addicted they are and unconscious they are.
What It's a good
And look
thing.
at the parents.
They're
the
committing
first thing
suicide,
they do
allegedly.
when the baby born, they throw the internet in front of the little baby.
But it could be the problem and the solution.
Well, but it's a good thing because a lot of the truth that's coming out about the lies that the mainstream media is told is coming out through the internet, and people are no longer have to or even have to believe the lies of the mainstream media. So I think there's a lot of good that has come out of the internet. Bad too, but
Amazing.
Mainstream media doesn't lie.
yeah, that's true. I
Amazing.
disavow.
Last word, Hake.
April Fools.
Oh yeah, today is April Fool's Day.
Yep.
Do you know what that means? How that came about?
I read on Comedy Nonsense Network just now, getting ready for my morning update, that it started in the 1500s. But no, I don't know how it came about.
Do you know how that came? I know. You already know, right?
No.
Oh, you don't know how April Fool came about? I had a little history. Do you know, Joel?
No, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No.
You want to speak to the mic?
No,
You try to look at the internet. It ain't worry about the mic.
no, I don't know.
Do you know Hassan?
I mean, I feel like it has something to do with like the kings and the jesters and the of the time.
You feel that way?
Yeah. If I had to if I had a hunch.
That's
But-
an explanation of what April Fool's is like today.
Oh, that's what it's like today.
Yeah.
So that won't help us understand
Where it came from?
where
No.
it came from. Oh, yeah.
But I'm close, right?
What?
I am close.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't know how it came about. But I know April Fool's Day used to be a fun day
Yeah.
because we would go to school. We all play little jokes on each other. And I bet you they were taking the fun out of that too. Amazing. Last word, Hake.
Nice.
Last word, Sean.
I wanted to answer last week's biblical question. What do you value? in
What do
life?
you value?
In all seriousness, I value like
What do you value in life?
the fall, like autumn, like the fall in central New York
Right.
is something I value. It's if you've never experienced it before, it's like unbelievably beautiful. So I know that's like a physical thing. It's not like a value you would think of like, oh, I value friendship or but that's something I always think about. You know what I mean? Like that time and place for me is something that something I value.
Really?
So
What was so special about fall in New York as opposed to Alabama or anywhere?
well, it gets colder in New York than it does in Alabama. So that cold snap that happens in September, October, and the leaves starting to change. I mean, I could talk about it I can go on and on and on. But it's just like the smell in the air, the sights, the sounds.
Really?
The mostly just the weather. But it's also like when school starts and Halloween and Thanksgiving. Like stuff like that.
Amazing.
that season and that place is something that I value.
Growing up in Alabama, I remember as a kid and a teenager the changes when they would happen. And you knew there was a difference in the changes too, the colors and everything. But I did have a great appreciation for it without realizing I did. Until I moved out here and didn't have it anymore.
I mean, yeah. I get why people would move out here in Arizona, like people who want longevity and they like this kind of weather. But the seasons, I mean, are something if you've never experienced it before.
Right.
Certain streets have nice fall colors on some of the trees.
Yeah,
On
sometimes
some streets.
out here.
Yeah,
Yeah. You do see that sometimes.
a little bit.
Amazing. Last word, Joel Friday TV.
Yeah, I hate spring because it's allergy season
Oh,
and
beta. Boo.
and it messes up everything.
Oh.
So that's my last words.
Were you a sickly child?
Yes, very very much so.
I can't see you.
To this day.
Very much so. But not to this day though.
What are you looking up there at?
I'm trying to find a way to get on camera. I had to lean real close to Hassan. But yeah, that's
Okay. Amazing. Last word, Hassan.
Chocolate Jesus.
Amazing. My experience. Thank you, guys.
Nice.
I appreciate it. 888-7753-773. Let me go to first time call out of New York. Winston. Winston, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hey, Winston.
Yes. Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Winston Michael. First of all, I want to give obedience to Almighty God for allowing me this opportunity to say what I think I feel need to be said on this particular day. What is April Fool's Day, which some historians say it's the actual birthday of Christ. I won't get into that. And some accounts say it was April 17th, but it's still April Fool's Day. But yeah, so what would you like to hear? Can I get into my little talk right away?
No, what did you call about?
Oh, I'm kind of nervous with this. Well, yeah, I listened to your program. Very entertaining. There's a lot of humor in it. But I
Winston, hold on, but don't hang up.
I agree.
Winston, hold on. Don't hang up. Your phone is weird. You're going in and out, clicking off and on. I'll have Sean to check out. Do not hang up. I'll come back to you. Johnny is a first-time call out of Pennsylvania. Johnny, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Well, thank you very much,
Yes, sir.
Reverend Peterson.
You can call me Jesse.
Thank you very much, Jesse.
Okay. Hello?
Oh, yes. I'm calling because I caught your one interview there on Fox News where you were talking about how blacks are assaulting whites and how it's within the youth, and you're very concerned about that. But it was what you said when it ended, where you kind of put it on the white people by saying it's going to get worse if you don't start saying no. And that caught my attention because I've noticed that on the internet. In my whole mission in life, by the way, is solving problems. And to see so many black people now, podcasters, young black podcasters, speaking as you do, because I think all of us, I'm not black, by the way. My birth certificate says I'm Asian, white,
But that's
Asian,
not really
Caucasian.
that's not really who you are.
No, I'm not black in ethnicity,
But you say your birth certificate say you're Asian, but you sound like you're not really Asian. Are you white?
I'm half Asian, Caucasian is
Oh,
what
okay.
my birth certificate says.
All right.
But it's what that you folks are saying publicly, because the white people are afraid to say it. They fear retribution. They fear being labeled, and so they take it. But yet, within the whole society, it's permeating through the entire Caucasian society. They know it, but they can't say it. I've witnessed it so many. I think we all have witnessed it in our lives, where white people will remain silent rather than to say something.
What made white people, when I was growing up, white people did not have fear? I'm sure you find some white people have fear.
Yes, sir. That's
but
right.
for the most part, whites did not have fear. Why did they decide to go toward fear instead of speaking up?
Publicity.
Meaning,
That's what.
Meaning what?
Being, announced in public what they're racist, right? And that's the fear. They don't want to, like, when they say something to me, like insult me in a racist way, I would always say to them, but if I was black, you wouldn't have said that. And then they shut up. Why? Because it's the truth. So
But
because
why
I'm not,
are the white Christians afraid? Because everyone knows that anyone who has fear, and I'm not talking about practical fear. You want to look up and down the road before you cross it, look both ways. You don't want to go into a dangerous area. I'm not talking about practical fear. But why do white Christians have fear when they know that fear is evil, fear is of the devil, and anyone that has fear is the devil? Why do white Christians have fear if they're born again of God?
again, it's always being, that attention brought out in public. They personally, even though they have faith in God, they're not standing next to God. They're standing next to people, and they don't want these people around them to look at them as, you're racist.
But you can't have faith in God and fear. If you have fear, your faith is in the devil.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's why I don't have fear.
How did
that's
you
why I say
overcome
it's
your? How did you overcome your fear?
I think my faith in God and believing that those kind of people that are racist in that way and they assault people with race, and not only blacks, any race. Yeah, to me, they're the ones that are afraid. That's why they say it. It's like for them, it's a sword.
You believe that. You believe that. Oh, I don't know what you believe, but go ahead. Go ahead. I forgot my question.
Yeah, so that's how I look at people who are racist. They're actually the ones that are
I know
afraid.
what I want. Do you believe racism exists?
Of course.
Of course. And
everywhere.
What is everywhere?
Yes.
And what is your proof, your evidence that racism exists? Period.
Is how they demeanor other people of different ethnicity. For instance, Japan. People think Japan is such a high society, honor-based and all that kind of stuff. They have their own racism. If you're not Japanese from Japan and you're Japanese from America, they look at you as scum. Yeah. And same thing with China. All of these one-race societies like China, Japan, and other countries, yeah?
Right.
If you notice, their violence level is very low. Tucker Carlson did a whole thing in Russia, and he was showing the streets at night. There's no violence because it's basically one-race society, yeah? And so when I look at America and we have racism, it's because we have many races, and that's because we have not yet, as a nation, yeah, have that one mindset of we are one race, Americans.
Is it true that Japan want to keep Japan?
Yes.
And
I've been there.
Do you agree with that they should do that?
That's their country. That's why it's hard for outsiders to own a home.
Do you agree that they should do that, though?
For them, yes.
It's okay that they keep Japan?
Yes, for them.
So do you agree that they should keep Japan?
Yes.
And do you agree that America should keep America?
Yes.
So we shouldn't let all these different races and foreigners come in either, right?
What the breakdown is that all of these foreigners coming in, and including illegal migrants, right? The mindset...
Illegal aliens.
Yes, illegal aliens. The mindset is not... We're not giving them the mindset of, you can come to America, but you have to think this way.
But do you agree that we should keep them out in the same way Japan does?
Yes,
Amazing.
I do. Only because they're not been trained to think our way.
Not because of that reason, but because we should keep America American. And we can let people come through the front door to visit sometime, but don't let them come here to live, and don't let them be a part of our government.
We're seeing the destruction every day.
Yeah.
And not all of them, right? We all know that. But that's not the point of some people say, but only 80%, 20%. That percentage doesn't mean anything when you're raping young children, okay? That's my whole argument with that, where they say, yeah, but Johnny, 80% of these people, are good people.
No, they're not. None of them are good.
I said, no, it's not the 80%. It's the victims.
But none of them are good, Johnny.
Well,
there's not one good illegal crossing to our border. Not one.
Yeah, and there's so much truth to that. But are we not as evil by giving them free money, free phones, free everything, free hotel rooms in 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels?
Johnny,
are we not part of that evil?
Let me do this because, and you're right about that, but let me do this because of time. Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
So why do you believe racism exists?
Because it's used as a weapon against others.
God said that our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and wickedness in high places. It's not physical, it's spiritual, good versus evil, right? And the children of the lie made up the word racism in order to cover up the evil in themselves. So it's not racism. Racism doesn't exist. Sexism doesn't exist. Homophobism doesn't exist. Alauabaism doesn't exist. White supremacy does not exist. Anti-Semitism does not exist. Debbie Dadism does not exist. It's either right or wrong. And Christians who are born again of God have no business falling for the lie that racism exists. Evil people treat evil people with evil.
Yes. And when you put it the way that you just said, that totally makes sense. All of these names and descriptions, all boils down to evil against good.
So the children of God have to stop speaking and thinking the way the children of Satan speak and think. We can't go along with this false lie that is racism, because if everybody is saying that it's racism, when would it be pointed out that it's evil and it has nothing to do with isms? How would the people know if no one said?
The main reason I wanted to talk to you, Jesse, was because your whole demeanor, your whole mission, is about finding peace. And I'm calling you because I have a platform, format.
Let me ask you this. Are you going to start telling people that there's no such thing as racism?
No.
You're
what
not?
I want to tell people.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, Johnny. Give my producer your information. I'll be back in a moment. 2 more hours to go. I recommend you get a copy of my book, From Rage to Responsibility. I write about how the spirit of anger was taken away from me 29 years ago. I forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father, and I returned to my father, and through him, my father on earth, and through him, I was able to return to God. No man or woman can return to God unless you go through the Son. And men are sons of God. There may be weak, pathetic examples of it, but it's the spiritual order of life. God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children. So get From Rage to Responsibility. I write about that. Go to my website, rebuildingtheman.com, for an autographed copy, or call 800-411-BOND. And donate to my nonprofit, Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. We are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man.
April Fool's Day. April Fools. Today is April Fool's Day. According to Commie Nonsense Network, they would know. Every day is April Fool's Day, right? So keep your eyes peeled for possible hoaxes and pranks. The exact origins of the traditions are unclear. Some historians believe that the practical jokes date back to the 1500s, maybe inspired by the Canterbury Tales from 1392. Who knows? This is the end of hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Female Monday. Shout out to the females. April 1st, AD 2024. The rent's due, or the mortgage. You have 10 days or something like that. $20 minimum wage. Speaking of foolishness, Commie Nonsense Network. No, the far left female run outlet, The Skim reports, some people are getting a paycheck bump artificially in California, here in Cali. Starting today, most of the state's fast food workers will earn at least $20 an hour. Earn, used very loosely here, right? As a new law takes effect. The measure applies to fast food chains with at least 60 locations nationwide, like McDonald's and Chipotle. Pay for fast food workers has been stagnant, supposedly, for decades, but has quickly been rising since the scamdemic, according to one study. Now, the pay rate in California is the highest minimum wage across the restaurant industry in the United States. The new law is considered a W, as in woozer, for the more than 500,000 fast food so-called workers in the state of California. Critics warn the added cost for employers could lead to layoffs, already is happening, and higher prices for consumers. That means their cost of living is going up. Now eyes are on employment levels, as some experts note that raising minimum wage doesn't lead to job losses. What? So they claim. What a mess. BB haters, beat it! The far-left female-run outlet, The Skim reports, there are protests in Israel against their greatest prime minister. Over the weekend, tens of thousands of Israelis gathered across Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, calling for an early election to oust PM Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu and for the government to secure the release of hostages still held by Hamas. Yesterday's demonstrations, one of the largest domestic protests against Netanyahu's government since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war. Israelis have largely been, quote-unquote, united, so they claim, without evidence, following the deadly October 7th attacks. But 6 months later, wow, it's been 6 months, according to them, their political divisions are back on the center stage as Bibi Netanyahu faces growing internal and international pressure for a ceasefire in Gaza. The protests in Israel are expected to continue for several days and coincide with Egyptian media reports of renewed ceasefire negotiations in Cairo. The evil Pope wants a ceasefire too. Pope Francis, is he even Catholic or a Christian? He called for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in his Easter message, according to Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, condemning war as an absurdity. He's absurd. The Pope also used his address to insist that access, communist buzzword, to humanitarian aid be ensured to Gaza, and authorities ensure that the prompt release of the hostages. The 87-year-old pontiff, that's another word for pope, I guess, has been forced to limit his appearances at recent events due to poor health, but surprised many onlookers at the Vatican when he delivered Urbi et Orbi in full and appeared in good spirits. Maybe he was drugged up like Biden does. No, I don't know. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, Israel's military said that they've withdrawn from the Al-Shifa hospital following a 14-day siege. Officials in the region told Commie Nonsense in the sprawling complex, Gaza's largest medical facility, had been destroyed. There is an NYC store where migrants, meaning illegals, I guess, can shop for free. It's called the Little Shop of Kindness, and CNN is promoting it, a boutique that offers free social services, legal advice, and clothing for the illegals in New York City. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
To stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show today. Happy Easter. I hope you had a amazing Easter. Amazing. Reflect on your life and be grateful for overcoming. I forgot something. I'll do it now, but let me tell you this. One line open at 888-7753. 773-888-77. Jesse. 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 Brand new biblical question. Brand new. What connects you with the physical world? What connects you with the physical world? Amazing question, right? What connects you with the physical world? Be of it, be in it, but not of it. You must overcome the world. What connects you with that physical world? We have, if you're busy and you're not able to sit and watch the show, you can podcast later, of course, but you could be listening while doing whatever it is that you're doing, no matter what, busy, working out, laying up at a beach. laying up at a beach or whatever, you can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. I forgot to mention in the first hour that every Monday, we take all calls from everybody to deal with all issues, but Monday is Female Monday, and we give the ladies, they call in, we give them first choice on Mondays. I go right to their calls. But I take all calls. So I forgot to mention in the first hour that today is Monday, and it is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Yeah, what a mess. Wake up, America. It is time to wake up. Let me go back to Winston, a first-time caller out of New York. Having a little problem with his phone. Winston, you're on the air. Let's try it again.
Yeah, can you hear me better, Jesse?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I had to move my ear a little closer to the phone.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to get right into it. Jesse, I've been noticing, and I agree with quite a few things you say, and actually you're right. But I want to give you the answer as to why, and I happen to be black, by the way.
You black?
Why?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Why the behavior of our people is the way it is. We get violent, we get angry. The young boys have the spirit of their mothers. Everything basically you say, I couldn't agree with you more. But now there's a reason. And my research, as not only in this situation, always, and even as a child, as a little boy, I wanted to ask my grandmother who reared me, and my brothers and sisters after my mother passed, why things happen the way they happen. And she just couldn't really give me an answer, bless her heart. But I searched and prayed, and here's the answer to that question, why we are the way we are with the violence and the want to do this and want that. It's in the scriptures as well. We are in mourning. We're in sadness as a people. And if you read one biblical verse, well, it's really two, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68, which is 53 verses, and it shouldn't take person that long to read 53 verses.
That talk about the curses, right?
Yeah, exactly. And let me spill over to some things that a lot of people don't know. Now, it spills over into Exodus chapter 12, verse 40 through 46. Now, what you don't see in that biblical verse when they speak of the 430 years of people will do, they don't show you the breakdown, increments, 3 compartments, not all in one lump sum. In America is great. America was used for a very special purpose. Praise God for that. And it was to house the children of Israel. Now, just hear me out here. Now, look at no one, and in my some 30 years of research, no one have never denied this. I said, well, look at it. You got 430. Why not even 500? You're looking at 300 years of chattel slavery with the chains, 100 years of legalized segregation, colored and white, separate and equal, and 30 years of social integration as we know it. That's your 430. Plus, they said the children of Israel will wander in the wilderness, hills and wilderness of what? North America, the North American continent. That's fine. All that's fine. Oh, by the way, slavery was absolutely correct. But let me finish. Now they would wander for 40 years. So the end of the prophecy started on April 1st, 1555, and ended April 1st, 1985. I have it all documented. And now the 40-year part of it is started April 1st, 1985, coming up, closing April 1st. There they go to April 1st again, 2025, which is next year. Now, the bottom line to that whole scenario is 4 men will lead America into 4 stages of social maturity development. Now, I'm going to name them all, okay? You ready? John Hawkins, the slave trader, wonderful job, marvelous job. He did what he had to do, no complaints. Abraham Lincoln, legalized segregation, regardless of whether he wanted to sign that bill or not, he did it. Prophecies behind all of this, not man. And then Martin Luther King, social integration. No, he didn't mess up. He was supposed to lead us into the 3rd segment and final segment of that 430 years. And with all humility, I must say, Winston Michael Ray, that's me, who will lead us into socio-economic dependency. Now, I know time won't allow me to get
Michael,
it.
let me do this. Michael, let me ask. I mean, not Michael, but Winston. Are you one of the black black Israelite people?
No, I'm a researcher. I try to stay away from all of the. Well, I'm answering your question. I try to stay away from all the religions because you get caught. But I'm a researcher. In fact, when I was in college at LSU, my major was sociology, and I kind of take the Dr. King approach. I try to leave as much emotion.
Well, because of
but let me say this.
because of time, I agree with you that the blacks are cursed, except for those who are starting to overcome the curse. Why is it that black people? Why is it that black people were better off before the civil rights movement, so-called civil rights? No such thing as civil rights, but why were the blacks better off? They were independent individuals. They worked hard. They owned land. Hold on, Weston. Hold on. They owned land. They were not. They only looked to God as their leaders. They didn't have no black leaders over them, lying to them. They didn't think in groups. They had family. Why were the blacks better off before the so-called civil rights movement when they joined forces and started to identify as black? Why were they better off then than they are today?
Well,
because they were free. They were free back then, but they're not free now. In short, and because of time, why?
Okay, let me answer that. In some cases, they were better off, and in other cases, they weren't. I mean, you can't, but keep in mind, now, this is all of the prophecy. So no man is to blame because our people were disobedient to Almighty God.
But even back then, black people didn't think of themselves as our people or as black or as a group. And black people back then treated everyone, white, non-white, everybody the way that they would like to be treated. They had love in their hearts. They had love in their hearts, but the blacks don't have. Hold on, Winston. The black people had love in their heart back then, and as a result, they were free people. But they have no love now, and they're enslaved. Why is that?
Well, let me answer. Let me kind of dive in there. You had some hidden resentment, and let me say this before I go any further.
You had some what?
Everything up. Well, let me answer you real quick. I think this will clarify everything. This one statement. I want you, as well as I gave to your producer, to go to my TikTok.
Write down his information. I'm not going to let him promote it, and we don't know what he's doing. Calandra is out of Tennessee. Calandra, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, Calandra. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you and everybody.
Thank you.
Yes. I was just calling. Hey, first I want to this counseling session with you. I did it over online, so I was just trying to see, the next availability for that.
Oh, you have to call the office for that at 323 782-1980, and they will set it up for you. I don't know what the schedule is.
Okay.
Because we've been
Another-
really booked, but we'll get you in. Call the office and set it up.
Yes,
And the
I will
office
be
is
doing that
open
today.
from 9 a.m. Pacific time to 4 p.m. East Pacific time.
Okay, I will do that today. I will
Okay.
definitely do that today on my lunch break.
All right.
But I called last week because I needed some advice, some sound advice, because last week was a very hard week, and the thoughts were like intense, very very intense, and it's like, you know, I'm just ready to grow. I'm ready to just be strong in that. It's a lot. It's a lot. I guess, you know.
When you say it's a lot, what's a lot?
It's a lot. The thoughts are a lot.
In what way are they a lot?
When I say they're, kind of use that word, overwhelming, in a sense. They're a lot. Yeah.
In what way are they overwhelming?
How they're overwhelming?
Yeah.
I guess the worry from the thoughts. The worry from the thoughts. And you said something, I think it was Sunday. You said, you worry, you're the devil, or if you fear, a lot of fear, you're the devil. And I think that's probably it. So that means I'm the devil.
Fear is of the devil, and any human that has fear is the devil.
Yeah.
So the thoughts are overwhelming you with fear or something else?
It's with fear, majority of fear.
And why do you believe that the thoughts are yours and that you are the thoughts? Why are you still believing that?
I don't believe. I you know what? I believe it, but I don't.
Do you believe it?
Yeah, I believe
you can't. I don't
do.
believe it, but I don't. Either you do or you don't.
I do.
And why do you believe that you are your thoughts after all this time? Why do you still believe in that?
And that's the crazy part. I don't know. I was like, man, I understand what Justin's saying now. Like, you like Black and Slow. Yeah, it's like, why is this not working for me? I don't know if it's not working for me or what, but
you don't know what's not working.
If I'm overcoming, but I don't dwell in that. I just literally just do my my silent prayer, and and just try not to. Just try not to engage. They're just loud, Jesse. They just loud.
And
they're just very loud.
When you say they are just very loud, who are just very loud?
Not me. The spirits that have made a home in my mind.
Right. You're right about that. And knowing that, why are you still overwhelmed by them? Why aren't you just watching them and not calling them you and just stay conscious of them so you could go through the hell that you must go through in order to die and live spiritually?
Yeah, and I'm.
No,
and,
that was
and
a question.
That it is, and I'm finna answer it. It's. I say they aren't mine, but I guess I'm not conscious. I don't know if it's just anxiety. I don't have anxiety, but the anxiety. Yeah. That's why I need to talk to you, Jesse. Because I do, because I'm doing the silent prayer, and morning and night, I'm trying my best to stay present every day and things like that. I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's me or if it's literally just everything is Satan himself.
How will God save you from your hell if you don't allow the hell to happen so you can go through it? How will he save you from it?
Well, maybe I'm just trying to, I think what I don't want to do is endure the pain, but, I've endured the pain all my life. And I guess just, the knowing that, I don't know. Yeah.
But when you say, I don't want to endure the pain, who are you speaking of?
So that was another thing you said. I think her name was Mimi. She said it when you say something, she kind of referred to what Jesse says, and I do that too. So I want to actually just stop So my body, like the pain in my body, even though it's not my body. I feel the pain, Jesse. I feel the pain.
And I know what you mean. You're right. You do feel the pain in your body, but you're not feeling the pain in you. It's in the body. Why are you identifying with the body?
Yeah, because I can't do. I can't.
No, that was a question.
I'm slow. Because I'm slow.
What,
I'm trying. I don't know.
what do you
Jesse.
mean I'm
not,
slow?
Because I'm not conscious enough to, I'm not conscious enough. I'm not. Yeah, I feel like I'm not conscious enough. I'm not present.
How do you know you're not conscious enough?
Because I still let it get to me.
But how do you know it's due to a lack of consciousness?
Because if I was conscious and in my presence and aware, I wouldn't be, letting it get to me, let it get the best of me.
And how do you know if that is true or not, what you just said?
Because it's something bigger than myself. I just have to have faith.
So then if you know it's due to a lack of consciousness, why don't you be conscious?
Yeah.
No, that was a question.
It is a question. Jesse. You're right. You're right.
No, that was
You're
a
right.
question.
Yeah, it is. Goodness. It's just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what am I doing wrong? Like
You just said it was due to a lack of consciousness. If you know that is a lack of consciousness, why don't you be conscious?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah, with me, and I don't want to have no excuses or anything like that. I truly don't know, Jesse. I don't know, Jesse. Sorry, the fire truck coming by.
Are you out on the highway?
I'm actually at work, and I'm doing the bulletin board this morning, so it feels so great out here. So I'm going to go slow, and I'm going to call Uncle Jesse this morning so I can talk to him. So yes, it's just me. It's just me, Jesse, and
what just you?
I know.
What just you?
Because I'm not. I need to slow down. I know I need to slow down.
What do you mean by that?
Because I worry.
And who is the I that's doing the worrying?
But not me. But
So why do you call it I?
I know.
No, that's a question.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not aware enough. I guess I'm just not aware enough, and that's what Yeah, that's where it is. I'm not aware enough.
It's not you.
Catch the thought.
There's no such thing as I worry. You're not the worries. There's not. You have never worried in your whole life. You are still identified with a fate. We identify with evil and calling it you. There's no such thing as calandra worrying. The real you cannot worry. It's impossible.
True. That is absolutely true.
But how do you know that's true if you're worrying?
Because I know it's something else. On the other side of this, I know God didn't. He didn't want us to suffer.
Who is us?
He didn't want us to suffer.
Who is us?
Right.
No, that was a question.
I'm going to answer. He didn't want us to suffer like this.
Who is the us?
The people that suffer.
How about you? He doesn't want you to suffer.
Yes, he don't want me to suffer.
And then why do you suffer then? Why do you even think that you are suffering? You're not even suffering. Why are you associated with suffering? None of those things are you. You're not your thoughts. You're not your body. You're not your loneliness. You're not the so-called suffering. You're not the pain in your body. You're not depression. You're not the suicidal thoughts. You're not anything. Why are you identifying with them by calling them I or me?
Yeah, because I guess I myself just has went through it my whole life, and this is new, and I'm still, yeah. Yeah,
you're not saying anything. You like start and say something, then you go to start to say something else, and then you go to
Yeah.
start to say something else.
Yeah,
Why
that's-
are you calling everything that you're calling you is not you, and it's keeping you in hell because you still identify with everything that's not you?
Could it be my belief? Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah, because anyone that believes are worshiping the devil.
Yeah,
You believe in the devil, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah. And that's not it. That's not right.
Why is it not right?
Yeah, because it's not right.
What's not right?
Me.
I'm sorry?
It's me, Jesse. It's definitely me.
What's you?
It's because I'm letting it get to me
And how are you letting it get to you?
because I keep believing the thoughts and I keep believing the pain.
And when you find yourself doing that, why not relax in it and suffer?
'Cause, when you say relax in it, just be quiet, correct?
Yeah, be quiet, watch it, and quietly suffer the hell so that God can take you through the hell and make you free. Because none of the things, the one thing I can absolutely assure you, none of the things that you're thinking or feeling are you at all. It's all hell, but you think it's you, and that's what's been keeping you in hell. You keep calling it all your life, ever since your mother traumatized you, you believe that it's you.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're reacting as though it is you. And when you react, the devil loves it because he can live in you. He and all his little identity demons can live in you and make you think it is you. But once you stop believing it's you, even when it's hard, I know it's hard not to believe that it's you, right? In the beginning. But the fact that you can even ask God to give you more light in that darkness. Hey, God, give me more. Even though you don't know who God is and you don't believe in God at all, you can still ask for help and help will come. But you got to stop overreaction because it's the overreaction that gives life to evil to make a home in you.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when those thoughts do come, I have a habit of because before I started, watching, listening to you and watching you and doing the silent prayer, I used to, when the thoughts come, the negative thoughts, I used to quickly just shut them down so quickly, like
right.
Yeah. So, but now it's But sitting in
you're not completing you're not completing your statement. You're doing like but not
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that a lot.
Complete your statement.
Like before I started listening to you, I used to just shut the thoughts down, just like that. But now it's like, I've met you. You come into my life with the silent prayer and everything. Just a different perspective. It's literally. It's hard because I don't sit in them, because I just be on the go or, I don't know. Like when I'm at school, like I work for the school board now. I told you about that. And it's totally different than my other job. Where I could literally go to the back and just sit down for a couple of minutes. But now it's like I'm in the front office. So when you come in, you can just see my smiley face and everything. And it's like, that's what I have to be. So it's like, on this job, there's no doing the silent prayer, except when I'm on my lunch break, of course.
Who told you that you have to have a smiley face at work?
Well, you know how business is, the world is, smiley face and, things like that. I smile, like, when I interact with the kids or, with the adults. With the
Who
teachers
told
and
you
staff.
that you have to do that?
Boss.
Your boss said you have to smile?
Yes.
Oh,
Friendly,
okay.
smiley face.
Let's say you got to have a fake smile on your face. You could sit there smiling and inwardly be aware of the death of the ego. They don't have to know it. It's between you and God. You could sit there just quietly notice that inwardly you're feeling the pain of fear and doubt and worry, insecurity, or loneliness, or so-called depression, all these fake names they've given you. You can sit there, still be conscious of what's happening on the inside of you, and no one can ever know but you and the Spirit of the Father.
Yeah. I will, yes. See, and that's the thing, you know, I would definitely, now that you said it, I just need some sound advice, and that's all, because I'm the only one that's, you know, that I know that is doing this. You know, staying on the narrow path and, you know, getting to know myself, you know, so it's like, you know, when I do tell a certain individual, just this one person, you know, he likes it, he enjoys it. He's like, oh, really? He'll get mad at me. Then I was like, I'm just going to stop talking to you about it, period.
Yeah, because it's like throwing shrine pigs the truth. You don't want to do that. He doesn't want that. Stop sharing that with him.
Okay. Yeah.
You got to take this journey alone.
Okay. Yeah. And I can see that some moments I have my moments where it's like, yeah, I can do it, and I'll be like, ooh, when the thoughts come and things like that, that's when it gets me. When the thoughts come.
Let me tell you this, and then I got to run.
Yes.
You can definitely set up a counseling appointment. We have the best counseling service, folks, by phone, Skype, or walk in. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. You got to just watch and inwardly suffer. And it's not you that's suffering, and the devil going to scream and yell and how long this is going to last, this is too hard, this is too rough. It's not you screaming, it's the evil darkness screaming inside of you, but you think that is you.
Yeah, and I think that, and I also think something else of myself. And I
hold on, Calandra, hold on. Let me take a quick break, hold on. And then I'm going to go to all the calls and Super Chat. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Okay, welcome back. A couple of announcements. Number one, the Hake report is coming up at the top of this hour. TheHakeReport.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV, he black. At 11 a.m. And at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. Did y'all catch the American Anchor Baby over the weekend? He was flying high on Friday off natural energy, not high off pot, not high off fentanyl, not high off alcohol or any form of drug, but natural love energy given to him by God. It's a podcast. It was amazing. And so he'll be up today at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. And for personal shout-outs, go to buymeacoffee.com. No, I'm sorry. For personal shout-outs, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, hello, encouragement shout-outs, go to Cameo, Cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. Cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. All right. I do that myself. Also, you heard Calandra talk about counseling. I do the counseling. We have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. Individual, family, or whatever. By phone, Skype, or walk-in. Anywhere in the world. I literally counsel with men and women of all races and all ages around the world. So you can go to go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And make a donation, folks, at both of those places. We're helping you, so help us to help others. All right? I do appreciate it. Let me go finish with Calandra. Calandra, are you still there?
I am.
You only have one problem.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
You only have one problem, that you still believe thoughts.
Yeah.
You want to stop believing thoughts by watching them, and eventually you will have a thoughtless life. There will be no thoughts. You will walk in the light. Christ, I saw this movie last night, the Greatest Story Ever Told, I believe it was called. And Christ talked about how he came and he brought the light, and that we must walk in the light. And when you're in your imagination, you're walking in the darkness. When you're in thoughts, you're walking in the darkness. But once you stop believing them by just watching them, then you will walk in the light, and the light will carry you just like the darkness been carrying you in the darkness. The light will carry you. God, the truth, will carry you. Because we're not in control of anything. We can't carry ourselves. We can't change ourselves. We don't know what we want. We don't even know God. But you will come to know once you doubt the lie. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything, except for practical thoughts.
Yes. Well, I would definitely be. I wanted to say this, but I think I will leave it for our counseling session.
Okay.
But I appreciate it. So you say that I'm believing in thoughts, and that's what's keeping me in the hell.
That's the problem with every human being on earth until they start to realize, wake up to it. They are worshiping the devil and calling him God. The preachers, the politicians, the intellectuals. You got a lot of noise in the background, Kalena. But call me and set up a counseling appointment, all right?
I sure will. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me.
No problem. Anytime.
And y'all have a good rest of your day.
You too. 888-7753-7773. Let me go to Seatis, a first-time caller out of America. Seatis, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Is it clear? Because I don't know. I'm using a Bluetooth headset right now.
You okay? If it's in the problem, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Any day now.
Yeah, is there anything you want to know about me before we get started with my question?
No.
Okay. You want to know how I found out about you?
Hold on a minute, buddy. I'm gonna let Sean pick up so he can tell you how to get to your question or comments. All right. Super chat. Super.
Chalice gave a couple of Cash App donations saying thanks.
Thank you.
As always.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Bond JLP.
I appreciate your support.
Bond JLP on Cash App. Mac O'Leary bought 3 coffees on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Hey, Jesse, Hake, all my aunties and uncles were from Tuskegee. They did. My
Amazing.
Uncle June talked like that caller. Couldn't understand a word he said. By the way, I went to family court for visitation, and the judge told me, sir, you just need to listen to her more, and ended it right there.
Amazing.
Terrible.
Tuskegee used to be an amazing place. It really was, but now the black liberals are taking over, and some white liberals. It's not the same anymore. I remember the last time I went to visit Alabama, I went over to Tuskegee because I was over there a lot growing up. And they were like, it's not the same anymore. Even the black students don't go for the classes like they used to. They have to have foreigners to come in to be doctors and all that. It has changed because the liberals have taken over. But it used to be an amazing place. Thank you.
Garrett bought 3 coffees. I've noticed since working on myself, I am being more real with people, which makes them nasty quick. Thank God it doesn't affect me anymore, and the ones that want the light stick around. Hope this is pithy enough. Amazing.
Amazing. Thank you.
Ryan B. bought a coffee. JLP, have you forgiven your mother for not letting you kiss Tony in his little dog coffin all those years ago?
Amazing. Thank you.
Ryan B. bought a coffee.
What the?
Seriously, thank you for shining the light on the truth and making us laugh day after day. Black strong arm emoji.
Thank you. Amazing. Stay with it.
Nathan Trevor bought 7 coffees. Nathan Trevor says, thank you, Bond. Right on.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for helping us help others.
Bobby bought a Cash App donation. Bond JLP on Cash App. Fellowship is so amazing.
Nice.
Applause emoji.
If you were not there yesterday or you didn't watch it live online, you can podcast the fellowship at rebuildingtheman.com/church.
That's right.
rebuildingtheman.com/church.
Over on, where else am I? On Rumble, a Rumble rant from Lillipoo. Christ was crucified to forgive our sins of the world. Christ is risen on Easter Sunday to dwell on the kingdom forever and ever.
Amazing. Thank you.
Generous
Amazing.
donations from Bobby and Lillipoo. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Evgeny Crosby with a couple of diamonds. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson on Easter Sunday. In one word, amazing.
I love the fellowship. I really like it when the people participate in it as well. Amazing. I learn a lot. Thank you.
XKO5X on Twitch. Dude, I love you. Platonically. LOL. Lots of laughs. Your thoughts and philosophies are so spot on frequently.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Piotr bought 5 coffees. Thank you, Jesse and the team, for the best fellowship on this side of heaven. Amazing.
Amazing.
Thumbs up emoji. This is Trump.
Speaking of the Great White Hope.
Trump with his thumbs up, JLP with his thumbs up, and
amazing.
Hake with his.
Amazing.
Amazing. Mr. J bought a coffee. Mr. Sandman and I want to tell the whole crew, Happy Easter. Church was amazing, JLP. I dressed Sandy up like a rabbit and made him hunt eggs like a human. Then we went to the dog spa, and he was so happy he licked me on the face after cleaning his butt. In all seriousness, great fellowship yesterday. Hake, Joel, Nick, Sean, JLP, and Hassan, love you all.
What a mess. Thank you.
Soul Conscious bought 5 coffees. Sorry. Jesse, Sunday's church was simply spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you. Amazing.
So Tyrios bought a coffee. Happy Easter Monday to the JLP family. Amazing church yesterday. Quick question. Will you get back to the whole getting rid of your heroes homework? I have the theory that nobody did it because this community, you are everybody's hero. Superhero emoji. I have a hard time with it also, he says.
I mean, yeah, I had given the homework a couple weeks ago now, and I told the people to watch your heroes and how do you make people your hero, right? Something like that.
Get rid of your heroes. How many heroes do you have?
Yeah, something like that. And nobody did the homework.
Trust
Maybe
no
one,
one.
huh?
Trust no one.
I'm telling you. Did you know you were my hero? You're everything I ever wanted to be. I can fly as a hero. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you. Thank God for you, my hero. Amazing.
Nice.
Well, math. You don't want any heroes. You don't want anything between you and what is right. That was Bette Miller, 1988. Wind beneath my wings. My wings. Amazing. Thank you.
WD41 with a diamond, no message. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coffee Talk with Sandra with a diamond. Starting Monday with these awesome men. God is good.
And his mercy endures forever. Thank you.
At this point, just call me Mike. Bought a coffee. Wow, Jesse, the Amerifro is going up. Fire emoji.
That's right.
Now take my Canadian Communist Monday and capitalize it for me. Blue heart emoji. Salute emoji.
I have an Amerifro, not an Afro, but an Amerifro. At one time, I was cutting it off and just went a bald head.
Yeah.
Because I thought I couldn't grow any hair. And the barber like, Jesse, you have hair. I'm like, really? So I thought, let me give it a try just to see what happens. And I'm just going to see what happens.
Does it feel warmer?
Yeah.
Nice.
My hair definitely feel warmer. It's been cold in L.A., especially in the mornings. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it definitely helps.
Matthew.
What the? What the?
Matthew bought a coffee. My parents told me that I can get demons from watching horror movies, so obviously I watched all of them. Now as an adult, when I do the silent prayer, my brain replays all of those images inside my head. Maybe my parents had a point? LOL. Lots of laughs.
You can only get them, though, if you identify with them while watching the movie. But if you take a moment and look away from the movie, instead of getting so and feeling the fear and whatever other movie, then you can't get them. But you got to stop identifying with them. Thank you.
The Key bought a coffee. Please advise Mr. Munchie he's going to need antibiotics, erythromycin. Hey, I knew that word. To treat the sty in each eye. I'm not a doctor, but I know a sty when I see one.
Who is Mr. Munchie?
It sounds like maybe I don't want to dox the person.
Oh.
But it sounds like somebody who had a sty.
Oh, and I would...
Maybe not.
Thank you. Amazing. You ever had a sty?
Yeah.
And what did you do for it?
Erythromycin.
Yeah, I think.
No, I don't know. I
think when I got them, I just let them come and
go away by itself.
Yeah. We have a visitor.
Aries 1 with a couple of diamonds, no message. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary donated on Bond JLP on Cash App. Shout out to everyone at Bond. Amazing.
Amazing.
WD41 with a Ninjagini on D Live. Thanks for the shows.
Thank you. Thanks for the support.
Charles Coffee. Hey, Jesse, I remember you said like doesn't have a meaning, but it does. Love is used for the spiritual and like is used for the practical. For example, God loves all, and I don't like my haircut.
Okay, thank you. Amazing.
And thank you, guys. I do believe that is all for now.
Thank you all. I do appreciate it, folks. We got a lot of work to do, and thank you, especially the people. I thank everybody for helping us financially, but those I don't even have to mention it to. They're like, you know what, I'm going to give back. And also follow us on social media. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe. We're on JLP Talk on X, right?
Yes.
And that's Lee Peterson on Instagram. I'm trying to think about this. And blah, blah, blah. Let me go back to Sarah Tees, a first-time caller in somewhere in America. Sarah Tees, go ahead. Let's try it again.
All right, I get it. Sorry for. So the question is, how do I convince an atheist that there is a God in one sentence, or like the shortest amount of, the most concise thing I could say to convince them?
By not convincing them. You can't convince anyone of anything.
So it's their own journey is what you're saying,
Yes.
every single time, and you can't worry about people like that. Is that what you're saying?
100%.
All right, thank you. That's it.
Okay. Amazing. See, they're right to the point. I like that. 888-7753-773. Is it Anna? Ania out of Mississippi. M-I cricket letter, I cricket letter, I humpback. I is how you spell Mississippi. Ania, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Uncle Jesse.
How you?
I don't know if you remember me or not, but
Never ask a black man if he remembers.
Right, but I want to remind you anyway. I was the one that called you about the job. You know, if I should take it or not.
Okay.
It doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Well, anyways, I just want to give you an update on it that I did take the job.
Oh, nice.
And it turned out to be a good decision because now I was able to afford a place.
Right
and
on.
Get out of my aunt's house, so that was the right decision. So thank you for helping me to make it.
Congratulations.
But originally, thank you. I originally called because I wanted to answer the biblical question.
What connects you with the physical world?
I think one of the primary things for me, especially as a woman, considering that it's Female Monday, is my desire to be beautiful. And I've struggled heavily with that because I would look in the mirror and see flaws and hate myself for it, or I'd feel like bad, or that I need to do something about it to make myself feel better, to feel more beautiful. And now that I've learned that it's I'm not my body and I'm not my thoughts, I'm taking time out to kind of overcome that. So yeah, that's really what it was.
That's
for me.
amazing.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Uncle Jesse?
Here's what I think. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. I think that's amazing. And I want to respond to the biblical question, but I have to wait until Sunday. But it's very, very interesting.
But do you have any ideas like on the whole beauty concept at all?
The only thing that's beautiful about the woman or anyone is the heart. When you don't have anger in your heart, there's nothing left but beauty. And you're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. So stay with the silent prayer, and you'll see what happens. You're on the right track. Do you still feel that way about yourself?
Yeah, it comes. Like it's constant warfare internally about, the way that I look. Because I was born with certain defects, and from a young child, when I became more self-conscious of myself, I kind of hated God, so to speak, I thought he cursed me with these things. And I'm just kind of learning now to overcome, because the devil constantly reminds me. Every time I look in the mirror, I can't help but to see it.
Right.
And I feel this pain that I need to do something about it. But I know there's nothing I can do. I mean, this is something I was born with, so I can't get rid of it.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
Oh, okay. I totally understand that as a young 22-year-old girl. I understand that. Here's what I want you to do. First of all, the people that tease you while growing up, And the people that will try to hurt you with it even now, forgive them. They know not what they do. They have no love. They only have hate, and they want to draw you into their hateful world, because human being hearts are evil, and they are constantly roaming the earth to see who they can hurt to bring into their hell, and they call it life, all right? So forgive them. And when you do look in the mirror and you see it, don't call it you. Just see it without communication. And secondly, you are not your body. So don't identify with the body at all. Don't call it your look. Just imagine, I was born with a cleft palate. My lip was split in the middle. I had to grow up with that. I had a big head like my daddy. Can you imagine kids teasing me? But I come to realize that I had nothing to do with it. What the? And I'm not my body, so if you constantly remember that, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle Jesse.
Can you hold for me?
Yes.
All right, hold on. 888-7753-773. Another hour to go. Hake is coming in with the hate news. Not the fake news, but the hate news. And I'll be back in a moment. Amazing!
I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. You've absolutely changed my life for the positive, and I just want to thank you. I was 29-year-old beta, living at home with my mom, and just was living in fear and in doubt, and I couldn't hold down a job. And then I found you, and I started listening, and I started just being more at peace. And I forgave my mom, and I forgave my father. And it's like right after that, everything just changed in my life, and I was able to get a good job, and I moved out, and I live on my own now, and everything has just changed. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for spreading that message. It really is a positive message.
Amazing. That's good, man. I want people to know God loves us in ways that there are no words to express, because you have nothing to compare it to, right? Stay with the silent prayer. You haven't seen anything yet. It gets better.
Hang out. Whole lot of mess going on in the world. A bridge collapse update, weekend violence, severe weather, Ukraine aid, war welfare. This is the end of hour 2 already of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Monday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. AD 2024. JLP will be right back to your calls. The lines are full, guys. But first, Hake news, not fake news. After the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, you can go to thehakereport.com to catch Hake live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. And then Joel Friday TV happening right after Hake. Catch Joel Friday TV. Make sure you're subscribed to his YouTube channel as well as his IG. Follow him on IG. And then American Anchor Baby after that. American Anchor Baby on YouTube, Rumble, Gorgonzola on D Live, Gorgonzola on D Live and Twitch and other places. Nice. That bridge collapse. CNN, Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports, crews are working to remove the first portion of the Baltimore Bridge wreckage. The starting point to a complicated, extensive cleanup process that could take weeks. This comes after a 213 million pound cargo vessel slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge last week, killing 6 construction workers, according to reports. Bodies of 4 victims have yet to be recovered, so they are assuming that they're killed. Pretty sure. Clearing the channel will allow the search for the missing victims to continue and reopen a port critical to the local and national economies. I don't know how critical, but it's somewhat critical, I guess they say. Authorities said that on Saturday. In the meantime, conditions in the water make it unsafe for drivers as pieces of the bridge remain submerged in a tangled mess, the Coast Guard said. And weekend violence. A suspect has been identified in the Nashville Easter shooting, according to CNN, Commie Nonsense Network, that left at least 1 person dead and 7 others wounded. Police said the shooting was an isolated incident and occurred after an altercation between two men at a brunch. Sounds probably not white, but I don't know. Maybe it was white. I haven't looked into this story at all. Who knows? Separately, at least 7 children between the ages of 12 to 17, minors anyway, right, were wounded in a shooting Saturday night in downtown Indianapolis. Also sounds black, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's white or Hispanic or even Asian or Jewish, where a large group was gathered near a mall. See, so said police. All the wounded children, or minors, I should say, were taken to a local hospitals in stable condition. The third week in a row that Indianapolis police have responded to a mass shooting, prompting more officers to be present downtown. More than 50 million people across central and eastern United States are under severe weather threats today, says CNN, Common Nonsense Network. Forecasts show possible tornadoes, large hail, damaging wind gusts in parts of Texas and Oklahoma and Missouri. The main area of interest today stretches from northeastern Texas to western Indiana, where the Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk for severe storms, or level 3 of 5 in place. By Tuesday, the storm system will shift east and bring similar dangers to other major cities. An enhanced risk for severe storms later this week expected from northern Alabama to southern Ohio, including Nashville, Louisville, Lexington, and Fayette, Kentucky. What a mess. Ukrainian forces would have to cede further territory to Russia if the United States military aid does not arrive soon, says CNN. President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that in his latest appeal to U.S. Congress, apparently. A $95 billion international aid package sitting unapproved in the beautiful House, which includes $60 billion for Ukraine. What a mess. More than a month since it was passed in the Senate. Volodymyr Zelensky, not a Christian, warned that the lack of aid was urgent and could endanger Ukraine's major cities. Representative Mike Lawler, a moderate Republican from New York, expressed optimism Sunday that a vote on funding Ukraine's war effort could land on the House floor when members return from recess next month, or this month, I mean. I'm James Hake, now back to JLP, Hour 3.
Got to stand up strong, think the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way, I know we can find a way, I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to this third hour of the show already. You can get involved by calling 888-7753, 773, 888-77-JESSE, JESSE. Brand new biblical question this week. We didn't get to last week's biblical question in the fellowship. We will this Sunday if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. Last week was, what do you value in life? This week is, what connects you with the physical world? What connects you with the physical world? What connects you with the physical world? Amazing question, huh? Amazing. You can be listening to the show live if you're not able to watch it because you're busy. Making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or whatever you're doing. Fighting on the airplane, or whatever. You can be listening. by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. That's 641-793-1500. Follow us on social media. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe. We're on cozy.tv, cozy.tv/JLP, where Christ is King. Cozy.tv/JLP. And Rumble. You got to know how to rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. Rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And last but not least, subscribe and follow us on the JLP Radio Network on YouTube. JLP Radio Network on YouTube and Instagram. All right. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Run, no walk. JLP Radio Network on YouTube and Instagram. It's Monday. Every Monday is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Amazing.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. And so what we do, we take all calls, but when the ladies call in, we go right to them on Mondays. Let me go quickly back to I was talking to Ania out of Mississippi. Ania, thank you for holding.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting.
Ania, do you know who Joel Friday TV is?
Yeah, we used to dance together. I used to do private sessions with him and my mom.
Oh, he asked me.
I don't know if he remembers me or not, but yeah.
He told me to tell you hello.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Joel. Nice to see you.
He said, tell Ania I said hi.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed my time dancing with him. I love to dance, too. So, we black people love to dance. So.
That's right. He black. Do you know he has a show here every day except Friday at 11 a.m.?
Yeah, I actually watched his show, and I know he was actually talking about the subject of beauty, too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I found that to be interesting.
And so you are concerned about how you physically look, right?
Well, yeah, I am. I'll say it that way. But I know it's not me.
Right.
But I've had a obsession with it for so many years, and I've been trying to fix it, so to speak, but nothing is really working. So now I'm just learning that maybe it's time for me to give up.
So do you have a physical defect?
Yeah. I consider it to be that. It's not really, really bad, but it's bad to me.
And would the average person notice it if they just saw you?
No, because I have, I wear clothes, so I don't dress certain, revealingly.
Oh, so it's underneath your clothes. It's not on your face or anything.
No.
Oh, what the?
Nobody can see it but me.
And so, if no one can see it but you, why you put so much concern into it?
Because I purposefully hide it too. If I were to show off my legs, so to speak, then you would be able to see it. It's noticeable then.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of hide. Yeah.
Oh, here's what I want you to do. I recommend you try this and let me know how it goes, all right?
Okay.
The next time you see it, let's say you're getting out of the shower or whatever, or you're changing clothes, and you see it, I want you to see it and then pay attention to what the thoughts are telling you about it, and then let those thoughts pass. Don't call them you, and they're not from God. Don't just observe them and let them pass without having a conversation with them or anything. I guarantee you, if you should do that without having a conversation with the thoughts, without calling it you, without calling it good or bad, I guarantee you that ego feeling about it would disappear, and you would get to a point where you never even think about it. I guarantee you that. You'll be able to see it, and you'll remember. You won't even remember it was that important to you. It's all in the thoughts.
Okay.
It's not even real.
Yeah. I believe you on that. It just hurts. The pain is just so overwhelming. It does make you want to give up, but I don't want to. I want to get to the end of this, the whole overcoming.
And we say, but it's not hurting in the physical body. It's in the mind where it's hurt, right? The ego.
Well, yeah, but when I feel the emotional pain, I feel it like in my upper stomach. It's kind of weird. Like I kind of feel it there.
And that's where the devil dwells. It's because when you see it, quickly the thoughts give you a feeling about it, a thought about it. And because you don't catch the thoughts, the feeling, the pain come because you're not catching the thoughts. But if you catch the thought before they can bring the pain, you'll be free from it. And eventually the thoughts will totally disappear and there will be no more thinking about it at all. Because all those thoughts about it are evil and they are not your thoughts at all. Just think about this. You would never look at your body and make up a thought that will make you feel bad about it, right?
No.
And so those are not your thoughts that make you think or feel that way. You gotta practice looking at those thoughts and listen. You gotta, if they're talking to you about whatever it is, just watch it and don't call it you. And if you're caught up, you feel the pain, but don't call it you. You're not the pain. You're not the body. You're not the thoughts. And I promise you, they'll eventually be taken away from you, and it'll be no big deal, and you won't believe that you should think that it was a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe I would look and I just immediately feel something. But I think I wasn't really conscious of the thought.
100%. Because you can't have the feelings unless you get the thoughts. You cannot get so-called good feelings or bad feelings without the thoughts first.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely take your advice. Thank you, Uncle Jesse.
You're welcome. So watch those. Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
Yes, every morning, every night.
Well, practice.
I don't skip a beat.
Right on. And then, so during the day, practice keeping your mind where your body is.
Okay.
And so,
yeah, I try to do that. But I feel like when I do that, it feels like I'm putting an effort into it, and I try not to. And then I'll try to relax into it, and then it feels like I'm putting an effort into relaxing.
Well, whatever.
So then it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know. Whatever it is you're thinking and feeling, don't call it you, and you continue to practice being present. It's just the demons trying to talk you out of doing it, period. Because the last thing the imagination, which is evil, want you to do is to see it. It doesn't want you to be aware of it. And so it'll tell you, oh, you're trying so hard to be aware. Oh, you're doing this. You're putting too much effort.
Yeah.
Don't believe that either. You just still work on yourself. And if it gets so rough that you look like you just can't handle it, ask God to help you. God, help me. Even though you don't know who God is at this point, you still ask. God knows who he is, and God knows what you're going through. He understands why you don't know. But the fact that you're asking to give you some light, to help you with this, the light will come because you're inviting it.
Okay. Okay, I can do that. Thank you, Uncle Jesse.
And congratulations on your job and your own place to live.
Oh, yeah, this is my second one. I ended up losing my first job and had to move out, but I kind of got back on my feet with this new job, so it was really helped me.
Right on. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And call me if you have any other questions or just want to make a comment, all right?
Okay. And also, really quick, I'd like to say thank you for that song, Uncle Jesse. It was just so nice.
You're welcome.
I love when you sing every time.
Amazing.
Amazing. Have a good one. I'll call you later.
Okay. I may be going to Mississippi soon. I'm not sure, but I'm even not sure if you're in the area. That I want you to give my producer Sean your contact information, and so I may be going to Mississippi soon. If I do, I'll contact you.
Oh, yes, I would love that. Oh, my God. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, please come.
Okay, so hold on, and I'll hold on to your contact just in case if I do go, I am in your area, and we can visit.
Okay, yeah, I'd appreciate that.
All right, hold on. 888-7753-773. Josh out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Josh, welcome to the show. Thanks for holding, Josh.
Yeah, no problem, Jesse.
Happy Easter, Josh.
Oh, yeah. Happy Easter to you too, man.
Amazing. Go ahead.
All right, I was calling for the biblical question.
What connects you with the physical world?
The evil spirits in me.
Meaning what?
Means that it just seems like I'm more connected to society and people around me when I'm going with the evil in me.
And how does the evil spirit connect you to society?
It just makes everything easier, like easier to get along with people.
Or to the world.
And it's easy. It just seems simpler, or well, maybe not simpler, but it feels good, and you fit in. It's like you fit in more with the group of people when I just feel I connect better with people in general when I'm of my ego, or when I'm.
So you connect to people easier by being of the world with them?
Yeah.
And how connect with them in what way?
In that I can relate and they can relate. They understand me better, and you feel like you fit in. Well, I feel like I fit in better, even though I know something's wrong with it. But it's kind of like just doing what the crowd is doing. You
So
fit in, it feels better. There's no conflict.
So you feel better when you connect with the people of the world?
No. Let's see here. In the short term, yeah. In the short term, you feel better, but in the long term, it's hell.
So what connects you to the world is evil, and when you connect it to the world, it makes you fit in better and all that stuff, all that jive.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
more
okay.
with the group, and
And you like being connected to the world?
No.
And why not?
Because it ultimately ends in hell, and that's the top priority is to get out of hell.
Amazing. Are you working on overcoming hell?
I don't know.
You don't know if you're working on it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. All right. Yesterday in church, you were talking to that lady about how she hears, I listen to the show a lot in church and all that, and I hear the stuff you say about doubting thoughts, and I agree with it, and I want to do it, but I believe I'm intellectualizing it so that I'm not really doing it. And it's like I have that same with Calandra from Tennessee was talking about how she wants to do it, but it's like I'm not. The thoughts tell me to doubt every thought, So I'm just intellectualizing it. I'm not actually doing it.
So
I've realized
the thoughts are telling you to doubt every thought.
Yes.
And then and because the thoughts are telling you to doubt every thought, you feel like you're intellectualizing it?
Yeah, it's like an artificial form instead of doing the real thing.
And who's telling you that?
Not sure. Well, yeah, it could be the devil.
No, who's telling you that?
Wait a minute. Telling me, okay, I hear you say doubt every thought.
Right.
And it's like I intellectualize that.
And how do you know you're intellectualizing that?
I don't 100% know.
Then why
Not
are you
100%.
saying that then?
Yeah, I don't.
Why are you saying that?
Because I'm still believing thoughts. So I guess
why are
like
you
it's not
saying
working.
that you're intellectualizing it?
Why am I saying that I'm intellectualizing it?
Yes.
I suppose I'm not sure.
And you said it's not working. What's not working?
Like I want to doubt thoughts, but I can't.
And what's not
I believe
working?
them. Me trying to doubt thoughts is not working.
And what is working? When you said not working, how do you know what's working, not working? When you say not working, how would you know if it was working?
I wouldn't know because I've never doubted thoughts. Right.
And so why would you say not working? Who told you that?
The devil.
And did he tell you what wasn't working? Or what is working? What does it mean working?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
He I'm almost, it's so confusing, I'm almost not even sure. But yeah, I could see where the devil would tell you that would tell me that it's not working or it is working, and it's both a lie. So that's how tricky the thoughts are.
When he tell you that, do you say, oh, okay, what works? Do you ask him what works then?
Probably sometimes I do.
So why are you communicating with the devil, period?
Probably because I've been doing it all my life, and I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it takes some pain for me to really stop that,
That doesn't take pain to stop that. All you have to do is stop talking back to the devil. Let the devil say what he want to say to you when you're lost in your thought, but you don't have to respond. Just don't respond. Can't you just watch those thoughts without saying anything to them, or even watch the hell in other people when they try to attack you or whatever? You don't have to respond to them. Let them, okay, whatever you want to think or say, that's on you. Within yourself, don't even respond. Why don't you just stop responding to thoughts?
I don't know. I really want to, but I don't. Maybe I'm not sure if I even have control over that.
Is the devil making you talk back to him? Respond. He like, you better give me an answer.
I suppose not.
So why are you responding to them then?
I don't know. I don't want to, man. I don't know why I can't. I don't, I mean, like, why is this, yeah. I don't know. It's like I just need to work on it more and just not overthink it.
The anchor baby said if you did that, meaning that if you stop responding, you might wake up. Can you imagine you getting these thoughts in your head and all you're doing is seeing them, but you're not saying anything about them to yourself or them? You're not responding at all. Why don't you just do that? When will you start worshiping the devil?
I don't know. I don't know why I can't do it, but it's like that's what the silent prayer is. I do that. I do the silent prayer. I'm good at that, but I suppose I need to go on a new level and do it also during the day. You know.
Well, I got to run, but here's what I recommend, John. You're supposed to be the watcher, and it's the Father who allows you to see. You're watching by His light. But there's nothing else that's required of you. You don't need to respond to the devil outside, inside of your head or outside of you, inside of others. No response is what overcoming is all about. You're no longer communicating with the darkness.
Okay. Because the words trick me up, I suppose. So.
Well, just watch, and if you're about to respond, don't. Just don't do it.
Okay.
All right. But thank you for responding to the biblical question. I appreciate it, and I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday.
All right, man.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Amazing. Let me 888-7753-773. Let me go to Joshua out of New York. Joshua, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey.
Yeah, I've been calling for about a couple weeks now, and I never get through. And if I do go through it, the call usually drops. But I just wanted to tell you.
So
that,
this is your first time call. Your first time getting through?
Yeah, first time on the air.
Oh, well, welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you because after I've been listening to the show and watching your videos and doing the silent prayer, I forgave my mother, and I've been doing a lot better now.
Nice.
All because of you.
You stay with it, man. Stay with it. How did your mother react when you went and forgave her?
She was shocked at first. You know, she still has her ways, but I moved on from that.
Right on.
And I just wanted to tell you how the state of how New York is doing right now, as far as with this illegal alien crisis.
Okay.
That's been coming here. There's been like a big influx of gangs, foreign gangs that have been coming and being created here in New York City. We've always had gangs. That's understandable.
Right.
And that's still wrong.
Yeah.
But now with these illegal aliens, it's like a crime syndicate that they have out here in New York City, and it's a bit concerning because I'm a father, and it sucks having to commute in New York City when it's really unsafe.
Yeah.
The trains are unsafe, the buses are unsafe. Actually, about a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was on the bus, and this man, he was probably from like Russia. He had like a Russian accent. He came, he was on the bus, he was wearing a ski mask. There was little kids on the bus, and he ended up like elbowing one of the little kids, like a 4-year-old, in the face, really bad. And I called the police. I stood there. The mother wasn't shocked about what happened. The police came. When the police came, they said that that's considered to just be harassment. So all they did was press charges, and the guy was set free right then and there.
Wow.
It's like the police don't even get to do their job now,
I saw they had a funeral there in New York of a police officer that, according to the report, was shot while there was some guy parked somewhere. He was trying to get.
Yeah, I think that was Long Island.
Yeah, they had the funeral. President Donald Trump spoke at the funeral. But
the Great White Hope.
Yeah, the Great White Hope. But I saw the mayor speaking at the funeral, And I'm like, they should not have allowed the mayor of New York to speak at the funeral because the mayor is putting the illegal aliens up in hotels, giving them money, giving them food, giving them everything. And he's doing nothing to bring back
save
the
New York City
Nobel's
at all.
bond. He's not bringing back police. He's not doing anything to really solve the problems in New York. I don't know why they allow him to speak there.
He made it worse.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
people don't admit it because if you say he did do that, they call you a racist because he's black. And racism doesn't exist.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, I'm a father of two, and I'm just trying to get my way out of New York City because I
Yeah.
feel very unsafe.
Yeah, if I had kids, young kids, I'd be out of New York too, or California. I would not be living if I had kids.
It's like a lose-lose situation because you send your kid to school, and the school is not in favor of the parents,
Yeah.
and the schools are already teaching all that LGBTQ stuff, and it's very uncomfortable. And if you speak out on it, they look at you like you're a bad person.
Can you afford to take your kids out of the school?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I am working on it. Actually, I'm working my way out of New York City.
Right on.
I'm trying to become a farmer outside of New York City.
Nice. Absolutely, man. Well, Joshua, I'm glad you finally got through, but stay with the prayer. Stay away from anger. At all the hell you see around you, there's never a reason to be angry. Stay away from the anger. And when you're away from the anger, you're in the light of God, the nature of God, the truth of God, and he will lead you out of that situation. Ways will be made that you can't even imagine.
That is correct. And I don't get angry, nor do I get scared, but
Right
I get
on.
very concerned.
Absolutely.
Very, very concerned.
Absolutely.
And you're in a lose-lose situation because it's like you fight back or you defend yourself and you're looked at as a bad person.
Yeah.
You're in a lose-lose situation. I kind of don't want to be around that.
I don't
Very
blame
wicked.
you.
It's very wicked where I come from, and these aren't the only situations. I have videos and I can send them to your office or send them to your website or email.
Send them to producer@jesseleepeterson.com.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I got to run, but call me again, all right?
I got you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish you well.
Thank you.
Okay. The treasure chest is now open on D-Line. Back in a moment. So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Talk about a spiritual battle, folks. I'm telling you, it's that. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits, wickedness, and evil in high places. Start on you. When you can see the evil in you, You got to admit you have it so that you can be taken away from you. You got to admit to yourself. You don't have to tell the world if you don't want to. As long as you admit within yourself, I have anger. I'm evil. I don't want this. This is wrong. This is hurting me. When you can admit it, then you shall be saved from it, meaning the truth will come and change your heart from anger to love. Salvation's of the heart. And then your old nature, all these little vices and things you picked up in that darkness, will be taken away from you. If you allow yourself to die from the ego. And if you notice, the ego is always about self. Whenever I count with dating or married couples, and they're fighting, it's always about self, what they want from the other one, what they want from that one, and they fight. And neither have it to give, but they don't realize it because they're into their own ego nature, and they think, and they're into thought, that's the problem. They think they know what they want, and they try to get it, and they fight. The light will destroy the old nature and give you a brand new nature, clear mind. Isn't that amazing? The Hake report is coming up next. The Hake, Hake report.com. From 9 to 11 at the top of this hour, from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. The guy with the good hair, and James Hake is on fire. He ain't got that good hair for nothing. What the? And then Joel Friday TV, he black. Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m., right after the Hake report. He's on fire. He ain't black for nothing. He is not known as Arkansas for no reason. Joel Friday TV from 11 to noon Pacific time. And after Joel Friday, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. Flying high off of natural energy from God. And the American Anchor Baby going to tell you all, what was it like, Easter light for him growing up in Canada? What was that like compared to now as an adult? He's going to be coming in a minute here to tell us that, all right? And you can call this show and ask him about it as well. Let me go back quickly to the phones. Let me go to Ria out of Canada. Ria, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling.
I just wanted to say, the church that you do every week has been really helping me work on myself. And I don't know, sometimes you say that it's just like a light switch that you're just supposed to wake up, but that's really not the case with me. It's like I feel like I take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And it's like a constant struggle with so just deciding what is the right step to do in my life. But I just had a question about how you were saying that having morals and values doesn't really, it kind of leads to anger. And I didn't really understand that because I feel like when I have morals and values, I can kind of discern better and figure out what should I do in certain situations. So could you just explain that, what you mean by how? Yeah.
Number one, if you truly had morals and values, you would never have to try to figure out anything. Everything will always be clear to you. And number two is the morals and values you think you have is an idea. They're not real. And because your parents or no one can teach you morals and values, they only come from God. And when you drop the anger, and God would totally take over and he'll destroy their own nature, which is the lack of morals and values. Because people say they have morals and values when in their heart they're judging themselves and others. People say they have morals and values, but they have fear. They have doubt. They think they know what they want. People say they have morals and values, but they have dreams. And they live in the past or future. if you have morals and values, none of those things would exist. You would never think about what you want. You would never think about a past or a future. You would have no fear, no doubt, no worries, no insecurities. You would never pretend to be nice on the outside, but inwardly you're hating. You would never be given a phony smile because you're in a crowd and you feel like you got to smile, but inwardly you don't want to smile. You don't even like the people that's there. But your morals and values are just ideas. They don't work because they're not from God. They're from hell.
Right. But I guess, I don't know, it's just like in the Bible and stuff like that, there's always things that like you're supposed to do.
Like
so
what?
are those like, love your neighbor.
Right, but no one can love their neighbor until they overcome anger. And then the love of God will cause you to love your neighbor. You would be, because you were, once you understand yourself, you're going to understand everybody in the world, right? And you would not hate your neighbor because you will understand what's working through your neighbor.
Yeah, but then I guess when it comes to like discerning, when you're around certain people, you start becoming like them. So is it wrong for me to say, like, if I'm with certain people, how it's affecting my behavior? And then, like, is that, like, I'm judging their morals and saying I don't want to be around that because I'm going to become like them?
Well, if you have real morals and standards, it would be impossible for you to become like anyone. You would be in a crowd because you got to deal with people, right? You got to go to work, you got to go to this and that. So you got to deal with people. But the only way you are judging them or becoming like them is because you lack morals and values. You're making a decision about them.
Okay.
Morals.
Yeah, I think I just have to. Yeah.
As you are overcoming the anger, the old nature with lack morals, but makes you think you have morals and values, and think you know what they are from God because you read it in the Bible. Some guy was one of the guys about, not some guy, but one of the guys in the media, they were talking about the Ten Commandments. Nobody keeps the Ten Commandments. No one keeps them because you can't on your own. You need the light, the truth of God, the nature of God to cause you to even do that.
So just let go.
Yes.
So just like, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody keep the Ten Commandments. And so let go of all your ideas about God and about your morals and values and about all this. Then you shall have it when you let go of your ideas about it.
Yeah.
You ain't got no morals and values?
That seems easier to do, just not think about it and let go.
Absolutely. Once you stop thinking that you have them, then you shall have them.
Yeah. It's just because when you're around certain people and you don't want to do the things they're doing, and then you have to, like, kind of explain yourself.
No, you don't.
And I feel like...
You don't have to explain yourself. You just say no or just walk away. You don't owe the world any explanation because when you're explaining to the world, then you're communicating with evil.
Mm-hmm.
You don't owe the world explanation, period.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, that helps.
Don't communicate with the devil in your head or the devil outside of you, inside of others.
Right.
Drop all communication with evil. And human beings are evil until their hearts change to love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I also wanted to answer the biblical question this week.
What connects you with the physical world?
I think it's the flesh.
And how does the flesh connect you to the physical world?
Because everything's internal, right? So if we're a soul, then our physical reality is the flesh, like the body that we're in. And then that connects us to the world.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I want to respond to that, Rhea, but I got to wait until Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're
You're
welcome.
doing the best thing
Bye now.
ever.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Real fast, I got to get to the American Anchor Baby. His show is every day, except Friday, every day at 12 noon Pacific time, right after Joel Friday TV. And then on Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, he's flying high off energy from God.
Thank you.
How was Easter for you in Canada as a kid, and how do you see it now as an adult?
It was fun. Really not much happened as a kid. I think I never colored any egg or went hunting for any eggs.
Oh.
Well, they gave us stuff in class. Like they
Y'all-
gave us eggs that I could bust open with some candy in it.
Oh, y'all relying on the government?
I don't know. I just sat there and things came, and so I was like, this is nice. But
Oh,
I
they-
always felt like a secondary feeling of shame because I never brought stuff. All the other kids brought stuff.
Oh,
and
they did?
their parents sent them with stuff.
Oh, so the kids would bring stuff to school for Easter, plus the school would give y'all stuff too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It was kind of like Valentine's Day too. They'd go around. The kids would go around giving each other candies. I guess they were Valentines, but everyone got one.
And why didn't you bring something?
I don't know. My mom never sent me to school with stuff. We were that family. We didn't bring the cupcakes. We didn't have the candies.
Were y'all poor?
Not poor. Not so that I couldn't bring some candies.
Did you guys have the
Like we're in
real-
America. Well, we're in Canada. There's
Did you
nobody-
guys have the real eggs that? And Nick is also one of the experts here too. Did y'all have eggs where you have to color them and then hide them and find them?
Never done that. Never seen that. I learned today that you eat those apparently.
And they're
You
so
find
good.
them and you eat them.
Right.
I always wondered why would I want to go around looking for an egg? It's not even cooked. I can't even eat it. That's what I always thought.
You boil them.
I didn't know that.
They're not raw.
I didn't know that.
What the?
Anyways, you got to get to calls real quick.
But what is it like for you now as an adult with
Right.
Easter?
I wanted to get to that. I think I've really only just recently seen it different. And to keep it brief, it's a reminder to me this year. It's nothing nice, but it's a reminder really of the pain I got to go through. There's this whirlwind that my life is like inside sometimes. And like during church, you asked us to drop morals. I tried this past week, and I couldn't, right? And I know, and what I meant by that is that I was trying to not see it as anything in my life, any situation as good or bad. I was like, okay, let me just not see it as good or bad.
Right.
And it was difficult to do that. Even though in the moment I dropped the good or bad, feelings would go away, the tension that I didn't know was there would go away. The next whirlwind would come. And that's the thoughts that everyone's going through.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying
I
here?
do, absolutely.
And so that's the reminder. It's a reminder of this. I see this cave I'm in, and I see the exit, and I keep telling myself, I'll walk to I'll exit in a moment here. I'll get to that. But that's such a lie. You got to take a step every day, and you got to take one step every
you
day.
gotta work on
You're
yourself.
thinking, you're telling yourself, I'll take the big step tomorrow. But you got to do these little steps every day. And Josh and Calandra, and I relate so much to what they're saying because I'm going through the same thing. And we're telling ourselves lies. We're telling ourselves we're intellectual. We're this and that. We're telling ourselves these things and we don't know that.
And that's not even you telling yourself that.
Correct.
It's totally from evil. People don't understand the desperation that evil has to live in you, and it doesn't want to depart from you because they got to find some other human being to live in. Evil lives in the heart of human beings. And so it tell you what up. If I said most people are intellectual, right away it's going to tell you that you're intellectual.
And I understand them too because I think, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I think what they're getting at is that they, like you were just talking with Rhea, I think we all want to be taken over by that good spirit and see that our whole lives represent that.
Right.
And so we judge ourselves saying we don't represent that. So then that must mean I'm intellectual. It must mean these things. And we let go of the gift we were given, that thoughts are lies. We saw that. We saw that.
Yeah.
And instead of going with that, we're stuck in the thoughts. Anyways, thanks.
And then the key to that, want for nothing. Because Satan makes you think you want the truth so badly, you want it, and then it makes you feel like you're never going to get it. Don't even want for that. Remember this year's theme, want for nothing? But
I'm going to try to remember that.
Thank you, the expert and the host of the American Anchor Baby. Amazing. Every day, Monday through Friday. Let me go quickly to Gerald. First time call out of California. Gerard. Gerard, not Gerald. Gerard, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jesse. How are you doing?
All is well, sir. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, this is the first time that I'm calling you. Well, I live in Canada, but I'm from Peru, from Latin America.
Right on. Welcome to Canada.
Thank you. Jesse, I just came across with your video a couple of months ago, and I became your fan because I also forgot my mom, forgot my father for what they did to me, and it's something that I did even before I watched your show, but it's just reinforced the idea that you're spreading, and so I just came across a couple of days ago regarding Hispanic people, like you were saying that most of them are lazy and they're not good, right? Not all by most, right? But I think it is true.
You what?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. Most of my life I work in Europe, and I never worked in Peru that much. But the time that I worked in Peru, it was enough to realize that they were so lazy. They always come late. They always they're not very honest people. Yeah, most of them, but not all of them.
Right.
So
of course. Not all, but
most, right? So,
yeah.
Yes, this is what I wanted to tell you to everybody because I got surprised here in U.S. that they're saying that all of them are good. No, it's not true.
Right.
As a Hispanic person, I'm telling you that it's not true at all. I work in a retail store in Peru, and it was crazy. They were stealing from their lockers, even though they have a potluck, and they managed to break and steal their income. They steal their food. It was totally a mess.
Yeah.
Totally a mess, like you're saying.
Mess.
A mess. Yeah, that's right. It was totally a mess. It's stealing food, it's stealing money, everything. And it just worked for them for like 7 months. I said, you know what? I can deal with this culture, so I'll have to leave. That's why most of us living, because we're living like in a very messy country. That's why we want to go to the U.S. or Canada. I went to Canada, but of course legally, not illegally. I agree with you with that point as well about the illegal aliens. What it surprised me about Hispanic also as well is that they have a lot of hatred against white people.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable when America and Canada were built by white people.
Yep.
That's 100%. Like, I agree with you. It's 100% white people, and we should adjust. We come here, you learn the language, and you just adjust to the culture. Don't bring your mess to the countries where you're living, especially in the first world country. Because, in Canada, it's the same thing. Like, there's a lot of hatred against white people as well. And then even white people think that pity about what they did, right? Like, but they didn't do anything.
Right.
They believe in they did. I have some colleagues, they're white people, right? So they say, oh, you know what, Gerard, I feel sorry for what they did, what I did. What do you mean by what you did? You did nothing to them. What do you mean? And then they're saying, oh, but this country was built by white people. I said, right? No, this country wasn't built by white people. Was built by Chinese. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean? Like, no, it's not built by Chinese people. This country was built by white people.
Absolutely, man.
So
I was surprised when and then I got to run, but I was surprised when I realized that Hispanics steal stuff, right? And and not all, but most.
No, not all.
I know friends who have hired Hispanic people to work on their homes. And the worker would see that they had tools and things in their yards, and they would go back and steal them at night, or they would take them. And then they had maids and things, housekeepers and stuff like that to come in and clean and all that. And they were stealing food and detergent and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's right, 100%. That's correct, exactly. My wife. She had a maid, right? Like back in Peru, right? She stole the maid stole everything, like the iPads, the iPads, the computers, and then even she sued her father, saying that her father mistreated her, and then we needed to pay her like $10,000 US.
Wow!
When she was stealing everything from us.
What a mess. And then they act so nice. You're like, are you still in? No, Senor, no.
No, yes,
no,
yes.
Senor,
Yeah,
Senor,
no. You know how we caught her, Jesse, because she was taking pictures of the iPhone. So when we found the iPhone, we saw all the pictures of her kids taken with that iPad. So we called the police. She got arrested. We have everything there, but still, she sued her father, and we needed to pay her like $10,000 US.
What a mess.
What a
Call
mess.
me again, buddy. I got to run because of time. Amazing call. Call me again, all right?
Yeah, I will call you again. I'm right now in LA. That's why I call you. And my wife said, call Jesse, because also my wife is a big fan of you as well.
Thank you, man.
Okay, Jesse, all the best. All good. You're doing fantastic. And you know what? The last thing I want to say, Jason, is like sometimes people criticize me like because I'm criticizing Hispanic people. I criticize it because I love them.
That's
I want
right.
it to be better. It's like I criticize my country because I want my country to be better. I cannot lie to them and say you're doing good when you're not.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye now. Super chat. Super.
Chats. Tim Scott, the real one, not to be confused with the rhino.
Tim Scott, the real one, not the rhino congressman.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
Or senator.
Nice.
On Cash App, Bond JLP, stay on the narrow road.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it.
Star C on 3 coffees. Jesse, love. Bear emoji. Bear face. Happy American Easter to you. I noticed being attractive is also a curse. Society wants you to be a certain way. Attractive or not, it's all the same problems, and it's vanity.
Yeah.
Jesse,
Yeah.
what do you do when you don't know what you want in life? I still have no idea what I want.
No one knows what they want. Anyone that tells you they know what they want, they're lying. They're on an ego trip. It's all about ego. No one knows. So except that you don't know, and just take one day at a time and want for nothing, and all will be provided for you. It will be amazing. Thank you, see. Let the idea you want, thinking you know what you want, let that go. You'll be free. Thank you.
Cash App donation from Stefan. No message, thank you.
Thank you.
Prep Ham Paul says, Sean, the producer, likes the fall because he about to go get his deer. Thumbs up emoji.
That's right. Sean is a deer hunter. At least used to be.
That's
it
right.
Still is at heart.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Prep Ham Paul, monthly supporter on Rumble, says, let's see how many of these fast food workers lose their jobs now that they're getting paid $20 an hour in California minimum wage.
That's for sure.
And the remaining workers work double. Emoji.
It's crazy that those workers go along with the union to tell them that they want more money, and then they're the ones going to end up losing their jobs while the government is still working their jobs. Amazing. Thank you.
3 coffees from Joey. New York was way worse in the 70s than it is today. Do you agree?
I love New York. I absolutely agree. New York is nothing like it used to be.
No,
amazing.
He says it was
amazing.
Worse in the 70s than today.
No, it's worse now than the 70s. Unless there's something missing.
Yeah, maybe. The key
Thank
bought a
you.
coffee. Hake, my last message was sent private. What kind of doxing spirit you operating in? Word to the wise, all behaviors are permissible, but not all behaviors are beneficial.
That's right.
Oh, I can't tell that it doesn't say anything about being private.
Amazing. Thank you.
You have to let me know not to read it.
Yeah, make a note. Don't read on public.
Yeah.
And then we won't do that.
Nice.
Thank you.
But I think that had to do with the erythromycin. And the styes.
That's what it was?
Yeah, whoever Mr. Munchie is. That's not any doxing. But
Right.
I repent.
And I didn't say who had the sty.
Right.
So nobody knows.
Yep. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, The Key. And thank you, guys. I do believe that that's all for now.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Listen, get on that straight and narrow. Stay there. Stay there. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. No, it ain't easy. But stay. He or she who endures to the end, you will get the prize. You got to endure. You got to stand. And when you've done all you can do to stand some more. Really. That old nature must die if you want to live. And it will. It's not you. It's just false spirits in your mind and emotions. I am out of time. Do this silent prayer. Forgive your mothers. Every human being has to forgive their mothers and their fathers. Return to your father. Russ out of New Jersey. Emmanuel out of Canada. Jaime out of Minnesota. Somebody just dropped. I'm out of time. Tomorrow is Country Western Tuesday. The Hake Report is coming up now. And after the Hake, Joel Friday TV, he black. And after Joel Friday TV, the American Anchor Baby. Go and make a donation to my nonprofit, rebuildingtheman.com/donate. All right? I need it. Thank you. We got a lot of work to do. Bye. Amazing. So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering, or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.